It is. I don't know what kind of job that is, but today we're talking jobs. We're getting dirty with those first jobs. Actually, just those early jobs.
Early, yeah.
Yeah, that ended up coming to define us.
Getting your feet wet.
Yeah. Welcome to the Gentleman's Hour. Today we're diving into, like I said, the jobs that made us who we are today, and the jobs that almost broke us. From first gigs, we're talking terrible bosses, wild coworkers. That's the one. That's the kind of story I want. and all the lessons we learned along the way. So time to grab that badge, clock in, grab that morning coffee, and let's break down the good, the bad, and the straight up ugly. All next on the Gentleman's Hour.
Hey, I don't know your first job.
Yeah.
But your current job is to drop the intro, fool. Come on.
That was your best one to date.
Hey, finally.
That was good. That was good, bro. That was good.
Validation,
okay.
Dog.
All right. The first segment, always questions, bro. So let's just, these are just straight up questions just to get to know you a little bit more and the kind of jobs you were working. And, hopefully there's some stories. Let's start it off with what was your first job and how did you get it?
Well, unofficially, my first job was assistant gardener to the man himself, David Aguilar, Sr.
Right. That's right.
I think he needed a hand, and I happened to be home from school like on holidays and during the summer and Saturdays, and I luckily by the time I was able to help him, he was already retired, and I think he only kept like, I want to say it was like 3 or 4, I think 3 houses on his route that he would do. So we would go Mondays, and then we would go Saturdays. And on Mondays, like, if I was out from school, we were doing that yard. I think it was 1 yard and 2 on Saturday or something like that. And yeah, I think I must have been maybe 8 or 9 probably when I started helping them.
Damn, that's young.
Yeah, bro. Wow. But like I said, it wasn't rough. Not like he never let me do the leaf blower because it was the backpack one. He never told me to do that. Right. But it was mostly raking, carrying trash bags and stuff like that. And then I think when I was like 10 or 11, I think I moved up to the lawnmower. And yeah, as you get older, you start learning certain things, and you pick up. And now you're doing the weed whacker. Now you're doing and then you start doing the leaf blower. The leaf blower is kind of like your graduation point, I think.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or whatever. That's what you.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Can't go any higher than that. Huh?
Yeah, that's your senior management right there.
No other promotion.
So, that was my first one, and then official paycheck and taxes and everything was the movie theater, Century 8. Shout out Century 8 in Hollywood.
Okay. Mine was kind of similar. My first real kind of work, I went to work with my dad at Williams Furniture. He would take me during the summer. So I would be in the warehouse, and it was cool, just like moving. Every once in a while, they'd let me go on a delivery and go over there in the truck and go make, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And then just even being in there with all the guys and just like, all right, today we're moving all these, mattresses from that one. All right, let's go. You know what I mean? I think I was in maybe I was just starting high school or right before high school. So I don't know, maybe 12, 13, I feel like. And he would pay me. He paid me pretty good too, because I worked the whole day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, I think they even cut me. I think they actually cut me a Williams check.
What?
Yeah. So, but it was definitely under the it was under the table. But I believe they cut me a check. They actually, because I remember it was like that first check for whatever, it was like over $100. And for me back then, like, what, in one check? Like, that's crazy.
I'm gonna be a millionaire by the end of the year.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. But that was my first kind of like, getting paid to do some kind of work. And then my first job, same thing, but it was right after high school. the movies, Cinemark Movies 12, C12. Shout out. Uh, what was our crew name? I forgot our crew. But we used to always go against the happy crew. That was what we called them. There was these fools, man. They were always happy. They were always partying. They
Like
drove us
that worked
crazy.
with you in the same theater?
Yeah, yeah. It was a
Really?
bunch of guys. Yeah, that's what we called
Man, there
them.
was that many people. You guys were
The
clicked
happy
up.
crew. Oh yeah, bro. Our crew was my little clique was tight. We had about six. Joel, remember the little black dude you met? He was in it. And there's just a bunch of other dudes that I don't really talk to anymore. But that we were like the ones that like we try to like run it like mafia style, bro. Um, well, we'll talk about we'll go into stories that
Yeah.
in a little while. That was just the first. All right. Okay. Second question: what was the moment you realized? And it can be, I guess, any job, but it just hit you like, oh man, I'm not built for this job.
You know what? It was I used to work at an auto parts, and
You said that.
auto part that place was cool. Um, but I tried to move up, and I went into a position that was a commercial manager,
Oh shit.
and
Okay.
that's
Okay.
like no, that's like bro, you gotta freaking you gotta sell. And I am
Oh
not a
okay.
good seller, bro. Like if you tell me, you know what,
You're not a salesman.
yeah, nah, dog. Like, and then I remember it was like they wanted you to do at least $1,000 in sales a day, right? Which
Damn.
isn't it's not too crazy, bro. I mean, once if you've ever bought auto parts,
Yeah.
an alternator is $200-300. So you know, but you had and then you had a lot of cold calls, I guess. Like you're calling them up, hey man,
Yeah.
and then they had.
Quit calling me, man.
Yeah, like I'll call you. No, there was guys that would like, hey, I'll call you when I need something. What are you bugging me for? Like, oh, okay, yeah. And you gotta be cool about it, you gotta be polite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll be here. I'll be standing by the phone. You know what I mean? Like a straight buster, dude. But yeah, that's when I ended up quitting.
I'll be
Yeah,
standing by the phone.
yeah, that's when I ended up quitting, dude. Because I'm like, I can't do this, dude. I was like getting like $200-300 sales. It wasn't working. It wasn't working, and they're like, yeah, and I already knew they were gonna fire me. So I quit. Yeah, I'm like, I quit. I'm out.
So mine wasn't like that, nothing like that. But right after I graduated, so I was working at the movies, but the movies like you never get it's rare it's maybe during the summer you get 40 hours, but there's not a lot of hours. You know what I mean? Like back when school's in session, it kind of dies down. You're maybe getting 15 to 20 hours a week. So I was looking for I'm I already graduated high school. I'm trying to get money, so I'm trying so this I'm only getting 15 20 hours. I need more. So I'm looking around, right? So I applied and I forgot what it's called. It was like a little small, almost like a Home Depot, but a little bit smaller. But I forgot what the name of it was. It's since gone out of business. I don't see them anymore. But it was like basically like Home Depot, Home Depot or Lowe's, right? So I remember I went in for the interview, and I'm telling the lady like, I'm a student. I already have another job, but I'm not getting a lot of hours, only on the weekends, so my weekdays are free, whatever. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah. We definitely need help, whatever. We're hiring. Okay, all right. Can you start? Yeah. Boom, I start, and like right off the bat, they're asking me to do. I mean, I guess it's not crazy, but like right off the bat, they're like, hey, we have a big stock coming in tomorrow night at 2 a.m. Can you show up?
At
And
2
I'm like,
a.m. out in the AV.
yeah, and I'm like,
That's cold, bro.
I'm like,
That's cold.
you're the new guy. Of course, you just
Yeah.
say, yeah. I'm like, all right. I remember having to go to class right after. I was all dead, but I just started getting my shifts, and it was all exactly what I had told them I couldn't do because of school. So I had told them like, hey, I can't do like during the day. I can do nights during the week. Oh yeah, okay, no problem. We'll work around your schedule, all that. As soon as they put out the schedule, it's exactly the opposite of what So I remember going and talking to the lady and hey, I'm loving working here. It's cool, but I can't work these hours. I'm in school during the day. The earliest I can get over here is maybe like 3 or 4. And then I can work all night or whatever. And she's just like, oh, she's like, yeah, no, she's like, we schedule as we need. We can't really
Wow.
take all that into consideration.
You're
So,
not being a team player.
I'm sorry. You gotta, that's your shift. You gotta, I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Like, so then I remember after that, I just quit because I was like, I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to finish school so I can transfer. But that was one place. But it was cool working there. Like I wish I would have been able. I wish they would have been able to work around my schedule. I feel like I would have learned how to build more stuff and just be more handy. You know what I mean? Be more into tools because I got into like all that stuff later. But
Yeah.
imagine if I had been working in like that, for years, it would have been like, oh, I would have been like definitely a heads up or whatever. So that's the one that got away, bro. That's the one that got away. For you, the one that got away is a chick. For me, the one that got away is a job, brother. Is a chick.
Wait, whoa! What are
Hey,
you implying?
we gotta start getting you in trouble, bro. I can't be the only one
Not
in
me.
trouble
What?
nonstop. All right, that was question number 2. Question number 3. Who was the worst boss you have ever had, and what made him, that legendary? What made him that horrible?
You know what? I used to do shipping and receiving in the beautiful city of Chatsworth. Um,
Nice. Okay, moving on
the
up.
the owner was a young, cocky. Maybe at the time I was there, I was probably 24,
Okay.
and he was probably like 32, maybe. But he inherited some money from his dad. He used it to open up that business. And I'm gonna give him credit, bro. He expanded it very well in short time. I mean, blew up. And we used to do brake rotors for cars, right? But they were slotted. They used to have a slot for like high performance or whatever. So he expanded it. He grew. He had money. I mean, he had money, dude, and he used to buy cars and whatever. And he would always date these like really like hot chicks, right? And then he would like, whenever he was dating a new one, he would walk her through the warehouse. We're all out there. It's like
Oh,
maybe,
to like show off.
yeah, there's like maybe like 6 guys out there, working, and we're kind of all dirty and whatever. And he'd walk out, no, they're all there, blah blah blah, and just to kind of walk her around the whole warehouse. And she's
Yeah,
in there like
just
this little tight dress, and oh yeah,
oh
like
damn.
what did she
How,
didn't
how'd she look?
back then? Oh, yeah, the one that stands out the most. Remember, Born in East LA? Remember the redhead that's walking at
Oh
the
yeah,
beginning?
yeah, and
Yeah,
the little tight,
yeah, she was
blue
kind
or
of dressed
green
like
dress.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, she was dressed like
yeah.
that.
Oh shit.
Similar, and he would walk around, and then he would come ask you random questions. Oh, so how are orders looking for today? And like, oh, good, like whatever, right? And he was like that, and then when sales were like slow, he would dim half the lights in the warehouse because he's trying to make up the money and saving energy or whatever. Yeah, he was. I don't know. He was a character. He was kind of weird.
Yeah.
He was kind of a jerk. He's very pretentious. Like I said, he had money, came from money, young, and he was successful, dude. So I get all that, but yeah, just stuff that I'm just kind of like, dude, like that chick's not even that hot. Like, why is she out here? Like, take her back
Yeah.
inside. Yeah,
He
stuff
just
like that.
rubbed you the wrong way.
Yeah, he was kind of weird, dude. And I'm like, I'm not gonna shout him out.
Okay,
He
so
knows
I've had
he
a
knows who he
couple. Yeah,
is.
I've had a couple of. Is it Victor? No,
My
Victor's your
cousin Victor? Nah,
James? No.
nah, James. Oh, my boy James. It's a shout out fest, huh?
Shout out. No. So I've had a couple bad ones where they're just like, to me, bad bosses are just the ones that are just like all nonstop on you, on you, on you. Care about all the dumb stuff when if you're good at your job, you know what you're doing. Just get out of the way and let that person
Yeah,
work.
let me do my job. Yeah.
Exactly, to be constantly bugging and can I get what's the update on this? Can I get, like, man, I'm wasting more time giving updates than I am actually doing my job. But we had this one. He was same kind of thing. He was younger. This was probably at my last place. So I was already in my 40s. This kid was probably in his late 20s, and he was just like a dick. He used to walk around with the laptop open like this, like as if he couldn't even close it for 1 minute to walk to the. You know what I mean? And then he would be in a meeting. We're all in a meeting, and he'd be in the meeting just like. I'm too big. I'm too big for this. I'm working on the like. Why are you?
I'm
even
wasting
in
my
here then,
time
bro?
being
Like,
here.
he was just a complete. And then he like one of those dudes that just wasn't a people person. Didn't have the people skills. So like the way he talked to you, everything was just he was the absolute worst. But because he was so good at like reports and stuff, like the upper management liked him. And at that time, we had an old ass boss, kind of like Biden style, where he was like so old they just wanted him out. Like, this dude's got to go.
Yeah, yeah.
So when they finally did get that old timer out, they just, hey, let's give it to this kid, and it was just, oh my god, it was the worst. So that it was working for him was absolute worst, even though I was only for like 4 months, and we clashed nonstop. But because of that, I knew, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get my ass gonna get fired. So I started looking for another job, and that I found Lockheed. So it ended up being like a blessing in disguise. But oh, the guy was such a dick. I kind of want to go over there and just slap him one day. He's such a bitch, and he wouldn't do anything. He would just like take it and be shocked, like, you know what I mean?
My.
All right. Anyways,
Oh my.
that was my. That guy was such a dick. Anyways, have you ever had any like cool down ass coworkers, over the years that's just like, and it turned like when you guys work together, it was just like it's a party because they're just so cool. Like, you know what I mean? Just converse. Everything is just like fun. They play game. You know, just you know what I'm talking about.
You know what, bro? I'm gonna say this. I've been very fortunate. I've only had like a handful of jobs. I haven't really had that many. But I don't know if it's me. I don't know if I gravitate towards certain people or they gravitate towards me. But yeah, and same thing at the movie theater, bro. It was like you have the cliques, you have the homies. I was actually at the movie theater from, I think it was like 11th grade all the way until a year out of high school. So every summer was a new batch of summer employees that were, they only wanted to be there for the summer. Like they didn't have any goals to be there, lifers or whatever.
The new talent.
Oh man, it was it was it was interesting to say the least. But yeah, dude, like cool guys, cool girls that were dog dudes, girls that were like down to hang out, girls that there was some that didn't want to talk to you, and they were like, "Why am I here?" Whatever, and they'd be gone after a week. And then, yeah, man, I think every job that I've had, like I said, I gravitate towards these people, and they're funny, dude. They crack jokes, and they like, they make work fun. And I think to me that's a plus, because if you can have fun at work, and you still get your job done, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. For me, I had one where it was, man, that fool was like this white dude who, for like the first year, I didn't even talk to him. Like we were just too different. I'm like, some like white dude. He was from like where you were saying, Chatsworth. He was from over there, and he was like a white dude, but I could tell he had a little bit of street to him. But I was just like, why would I ever talk? Or we didn't even talk. We started just like, hey, how are you? Da 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 for the first year, and then I don't know what happened. I switched desks or something. I was right next to him, and we ended up like talking. Hey, like, bro, he was the funniest. We just clicked like nothing. We ended up getting like, we would go on like our break and go get like tall cans and kill them. Remember those? What is it? Those Four Locos or whatever. It was like an energy drink. Yeah. It's like an energy drink and a malt liquor or whatever. They ended up getting rid of them because people were having heart attacks or whatever.
Yeah,
but
bro.
We'd go get that and slam it on our break. I mean, we were like, bro, we played cards, during like we had a good time. Like that was probably the coolest dude I've ever worked with. Like he ended up getting fired though. He was getting too out of control.
He was becoming the fifth loco. He's like, nah, you gotta.
Yeah, exactly. So he got fired, but yeah, I've always everywhere I've worked, I've had like cool, at least some cool coworkers where it's like, you hang out with or whatever.
Do you think any of them say that about you? Like, oh, that was a cool guy. That's a cool coworker.
That one dude, yeah, I guarantee it.
For sure, he's
even him when we were partying, he was like, bro, I've never had a coworker that I've like done this with. I'm like, yeah, same. What was I gonna say? Oh, what's the craziest thing? If you don't have an answer, it's cool. But have you, or what's the craziest you ever seen? On a shift or when you went to work? Is there anything you saw that was just like crazy?
You know what, bro? We in the movie theater, we used to. Oh my god. Celebrity sightings. There was people that were caught doing inappropriate things. Couples.
Oh, that was mine. That was mine. That was my answer.
There was a lady that got kicked out because she told her kid to pee in the corner because I guess she didn't want to take him to the restroom. And then some lady called, like went out there and ran. Hey, there's a guy peeing in here, and oh man, it was a mess. Um, Theater hoppers, um, coming in the back door. Shoplifters at that auto parts are crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, I
Crazy.
bet.
I've seen them walk in and grab like back then. I don't know. They were called like Optimum batteries. They're like back then they were like $150,
Oh damn.
and guy walked in there and grabbed two, and he just ran. He booked it. Yeah, bro. There was guy. There was a. I was on cashier once, dude. I straight got punked. So there was this one like gangbanger that walked in there, right? And he walks in and he goes, "Where do you have your steering wheel covers?" I was like, "Oh, that aisle two or whatever." Right? And he comes and he grabs. He goes, "This one?" I go, "Oh yeah, it's a steering wheel cover." And he goes, "Thanks." And he walked out. And I was like, "What the?" And I told the manager, I said, "Hey man, that guy just stole." He goes, "What did he steal?" I go, "Steering wheel cover." How do you know? He goes, "Because he showed it to me and he just walked out." And he's like, "Oh, yo, okay, you didn't, you're good." I go, "He goes, you're not supposed to follow him. You know, you can get fired if you go try to stop him." I was like, "Yeah, cool." But yeah, dude, I
Cool.
remember thinking like, damn, this
Cool.
was just like he showed me what he stole and walked out, dude. Like, punk me,
How come you didn't rush him, bro? How come you
bro.
didn't got you don't?
I'm not gonna get arrested. I'm not gonna get messed up for that job. Hell no, no loyalty to that.
Yeah, you stole mine. That was the thing at the movie at
I
the
didn't
movies.
steal it. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, 'cause that's when I was gonna. It was a theater that there was nobody in. The movie was playing, and I think one of the employees walked in and look, oh, and saw they were
They
fucking,
were
they were
going at it.
banging in the very top. So then, of course, what happened? They go outside. They tell everybody. Everybody's like, we all went up to the top to the booth. You know what I mean? To like
Yeah.
look down, but we could only see a partial. Like you could only see like their feet, kind of like this, kind of like kind of like that, but you couldn't see because of the
Worst
the angle.
reenactment ever, dog.
You couldn't see the action. But I remember we all ended up going in, but then they kind of caught on and they ended up
Next stop.
stopping. But
How dare you, perverts?
I remember I was just like, damn, that's pretty crazy. I kind of wanted to do it, bro, but never did. But
That's
that was
risky, bro.
yeah,
Now,
that's risky
now,
business.
now,
So.
now that I'll put you on like Megan's. What is it? The
Oh
Megan's list.
yeah, in public,
Yeah,
yeah. I
bro.
think it's not a joke. Um, okay, did you ever get accused of something you absolutely didn't do?
Hmm. Nah, not really. You know what? I joke around a lot. I'm kind of a very, very I guess I'd be borderline like troublemaker.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to work. I tend to take it seriously. Like I've never been fired. I've quit, but I've never been fired, and I feel like I have a clean record everywhere that I've worked. So I tend to not joke around if it's gonna like probably get me in trouble. So
Okay.
I've
You
never.
take it serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, it's did you ever get accused of something you absolutely didn't do? No, I got accused of something I absolutely did do. So this is after I had been there for a while. I got one of my high school buddies. It got him a job there. So now I'm starting to feel cocky. I'm already starting to rap at this chick, this white chick, pure white Aryan race, bro. Like
When
you
the
know,
Anglos met the Saxons, or what?
Irish, bro. Irish white.
Wow,
Um, yeah. So I was like, so I'm kind of, I'm thinking highly of myself. Where I feel like I'm walking on water. You know what I mean? I got this job. I come in. I'm like the mafia king. I got a real life white chick, as a girlfriend. I got my buddy in. We're living the good life, bro.
you're like a Don.
There's nothing else.
You're like the
Yeah,
Godfather, bro.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, why didn't they start calling me Don?
Unstoppable.
So here's what we were running. I don't even want to admit it, but I think I have to. I think it was my idea.
Allegedly.
So when people would say you're working the taking the tickets at the little podium, the people would come
Allegedly.
up. This is back when you had the tickets. So the ticket was one long, and it had a little perforation right here. So you would split it, and you would put the one in the little drop box
Mm.
for whatever, and then the other one you would give back to them as their receipt, and it would have the number on there. So what I did a couple times is I noticed I sometimes I would take it and be like, oh, theater 13 down there to the left, and then I would just go like this, and then they would just go and walk off. They would never ask for their ticket, so I would have
Yeah.
the full
Both.
ticket.
Yeah,
So I
the
was like,
both. Like a raffle ticket. Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, oh, so I ended up doing a gang load of those, of just keeping the, not ripping it unless they asked for it. Because I remember a couple of people were like, "Can I get my?"
Hey
I
man,
was like,
give me my
"Oh, yeah,
ticket.
yeah, sorry,
It's
sorry,
going in my scrapbook
sorry,
for my
yeah."
first date.
But I ended up having probably too many that I should have, and so I called my buddy in, my other buddy, called him in to come over. We gave him those tickets. He went to the box office and requested refunds. Hey, we weren't able to use these tickets. Can we get a refund? And they did it. No, no questions asked. Problem was, it started spreading around. So before I knew it, I come back like I hadn't had a shift in like a week. I come back, everybody's run, bro. Everybody's running this game. Everybody's running this game. I see like little young kids that just started over here, like doing the same, And then, and what even worse is that the employees were going up there and getting the refunds. So I'm like, oh,
Wow.
this is gonna blow up bad. Sure enough, it was like a day or two later. One of the chicks that was working in the box office when they were doing all this, she's like a real like by the book Asian chick. You know how they, how I don't want to say it, whatever.
Good lord.
Um, so she went in and told the boss. So the boss called in, and he knew everybody, because like everybody that was running it is who he called in. So I remember that, like the word got around. I was just waiting, like okay, waiting, and everybody was getting fired. Like my best friend, the guy that I got hired, he was in on it too. He was doing it. He got let go. So I'm just like, all right, well, my time is up. It was a great job, and I had just got promoted to the booth to run the movies. So he calls me in the office, and I'm like quiet and like apologetic. But you know what? I think what saved me is I didn't lie. Like I think he said a bunch of the other people, like as soon as he said, "Okay, I heard that you've been doing," they were like, "No, no, that's not true." And he already had them. He already had somebody else had already said, "Yeah, they're in on it," so he already knew. So I wanted to lie so bad. That's my instinct when I'm not, just to lie. But I told the truth. I was like, yes, sir. I made up this dumbass shit. Like, yeah, this has been on my conscience, and
I
I,
can't sleep.
exactly, and like,
I've had
my
the
mom
runs
was
for
just
four
talking to
days.
me. My mom was just talking to me about doing the right thing, and I'm like, I've been kind of torn, and I was even gonna stop. I think maybe I said I had stopped. I stopped doing it. You know what I mean? Because I knew it was wrong or whatever. He ended up saying, hey, I like you. You just got promoted. You don't seem like that type that would be doing this. I'm like, I know, I'm not.
That's a bad
And
judgment of character.
so I'm gonna let it go with a warning, but I want you, I'm gonna help you out. I want you to help me out. He wanted me to be a snitch. He's like, if you ever see anything, you see stuff like this going on, maybe you can help me out by coming and telling me about it. Since
And
I'm,
would you say,
I was like,
oh,
of course. I was like, of
that
course,
Asian
sir,
girl's
of
been stealing
course.
credit card information?
I should
I
have
saw
said that,
her.
man. She brought that whole operation down, but like that cleared out like so. That humbled me real quick. But that was one where I got accused, and it was true.
There's no denying it now.
Um, yeah, there's no denying that. What did those previous first jobs teach you about yourself? Any of that? They teach you anything that's carried over to today?
Yeah, if we go back to my pops, yeah, for sure. I can cut grass with the best of them. Yard work for sure. It's like you said, it humbles you when you don't know how to do something.
Right.
And obviously, I was young. I didn't know how to do anything. And he would get on me. He would yell at me. You know, I don't know why you can't. Blah blah blah. And I think in the long run, obviously, I've gotten better. It I didn't really appreciate it, like I said, until we bought the house, and I started realizing, like, damn, like I kind of know some stuff. Um,
Right.
my first actual job taught me a lot of basic, like how to sweep, how to mop, how to clean. Stories for days, bro. I mean, I'm sure my kids are tired of hearing it. I tell them all the time, oh, when I worked at the movie theater, this. When I worked there, oh, I knew so and so, and I met so and so, and I saw this and I saw that. So I think it all just adds to your overall
Like
Like,
resume, huh?
yeah, dude. And I mean, it's not impressive. Nobody's gonna be like, "Oh man, that guy can really clean a theater." But when you figure out how to do certain things,
Right.
especially when you're working with other people, because everybody's different. Everybody has different upbringing. Some people they've been working since they were little. Some people have never had a job. It teaches you stuff. And then also, I think the,
Yeah.
the the best thing for me from those earlier jobs was that I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. So I'm like, I'm trying to aim for something higher than this. Because I mean, I've gone to that movie theater. I think I went there like maybe 10 years ago. I think I took cast. I don't remember, go watch something, and there was still people there, bro. That when I was there,
No way. Are
you
you
know what I mean?
serious?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Wow.
dude, and then they're still doing the same thing, bro. They look the same, just older. Like the assistant managers are still assistant managers, and I'm like, wow, But hey, that's their life. Well, who am I to say anything? I
Yeah.
don't judge them. I don't criticize them. I'm just like, hey, man, hopefully they're happy and they're probably good.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, stuff like that. Just, I mean, like you said, it adds to the resume. It adds to your arsenal of stuff you're able to do, and hopefully it makes it better for you.
Yeah, for me, I think like it taught me just like that first job being the movies and being with, because it was a big theater too. I think it was 12 theaters. So there's tons of employees every day. There's tons
Yeah, for
working
sure.
concession, working usher, we're everywhere. So how you were saying, like you have to learn how to work with like some different personalities. Not everybody's Mexican. That might have been my first time I worked or hung out with a black person, my buddy Joel and my other buddy X. So it's like start to meet different people. You start to learn how different personalities, how you got to work together and clash to get stuff done. So it's like, yeah, those first jobs are important for kids. You know what I mean? Especially, it's kind of good if they can get one where they work with people or other kids their age, so they can learn how to how to get
Hmm.
along. How to get along is a important attribute or whatever in
I think
life. You know what I mean?
it I think it's easy when you're a kid, like when you're in school. These are your classmates, whatever. But when it's a job, because yeah, yeah, I remember, especially the movie theater. I had like, because I started out at the door, and then I went to the snack bar, then I went to the box office, right? So each level has different. Like when I went to the box office, there was like mostly girls there. That's all they did. They didn't do snack bar
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
They didn't do
yeah.
the door.
Right, right, right,
The door is for beginners,
right,
because you
right.
learn how.
We're
Yeah, you're
taking
sweeping,
tickets.
you're taking out trash, whatever. You're
Yeah,
ripping tickets, and there's there was people that all they did was door, because maybe they didn't
right,
weren't good in the snack bar. So if you,
exactly.
I remember that I would get like snack bar, I would get door, and I would get box office. So to me, I was like, well, that's kind of cool. I'm work a little bit here, a little bit there, but I didn't realize until I left that I'm like, damn, I was one of the ones that could do all of them.
Yeah,
And
hey,
it's
you
not a
were.
big deal. Like, oh, it's not rocket science, but
No, that's. I mean,
you know,
that's good. You were like the Kike Hernandez, bro. They could put you
yeah,
anywhere. You know what
dog.
I mean?
I was getting
You
dropped by
come through.
pies, but yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
so that was the last like regular question. But before we move on, what's the best thing about working at the movies?
The free
Let's see if
movies,
we have
dog.
see if we have the same
There's two.
answer. No,
Hold
free
on, hold
movies
on.
is
There's the
sick.
free movies and the free soda. What are you gonna say?
Free movies. You're right. Free movies. The free popcorn and soda during your shift. Awesome. But no, working Friday, Saturday, and seeing all those hoes come through, bro. Oh,
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna
fresh
tell you
on
this.
dates, looking good,
I'm
smelling good. Oh God.
I'm gonna tell you this. When I started, you know what movie came out? Titanic, bro. Oh my God, lines, groups of girls. But you know what? It was really hard to try to pick up, because I had a Buster vest with a white shirt and a bow tie and some church pants and some lugs. Nobody,
I had the
come
same,
on,
but
dog. Come on, dog.
mine was even gayer, bro. Mine was bow tie suspenders, but they were neon.
Suspended.
Oh, bro, suspenders and a bow tie, and the bow ties were the
Uh,
suspenders and bow tie were like neon green, orange, yellow. Oh,
like, who
bro, I
picks
looked
that, bro?
hideous. Yeah,
I think I
yeah,
went back like maybe like 5 6 years after I left, And they like had like polo shirts, bro. And I was like, dude, this is dope. These polo shirts are cool.
Yeah, but they didn't have it like we did, bro. I had a full on white button down, tight ass,
I had a
slim,
vest.
slim fit shirt.
I had a vest that
Hey,
matched the
I would have
popcorn bag.
rather had a vest, bro.
But it matched the popcorn bag. Come on, dude. That's clown. That's clown work.
Okay. Sorry, I'm eating my dinner. That's unprofessional. Okay,
That's
here we
unprofessional.
go.
Edit it out. Make
Unprofessional.
it seem like you were talking into a different mic or something. I don't
Yeah, I'll do something. Okay.
know.
Here we go. The next segment, Theo Louis' favorite segment.
Rapid fire. Oh, damn. That was on
Turn
it,
that
bro.
down.
That
Turn
was
that
on it.
down. But
That's what you were
rapid
doing
fire
when
questions.
you were reaching over for the soundboard, not eating noodles.
Okay, wait. I think this is old. This says, "How well do you know your little bro?" I think this is the one for your sister. Oh no, there are other questions. All right. I don't know what's going on, bro.
You got to. It's because
I'm
you
still
don't.
on
You
that.
probably didn't delete the title.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's what I don't do. Yeah, and I. Yeah. Okay. Rapid fire. Do you have a preference? A preference on a boss, male or female?
Male for sure.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
just a follow-on question. Say you did have a female boss, would you rather that boss be hottish or real ugly? So it's like, okay, you're not tempted at all.
I have had female bosses that were not the best looking. I've had some that were very good looking, and they both treated me very well, but they were very hit or miss, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know the dynamics of the female body or the or whatever you want to call it. But there was times where I'm like, man, like, why is she so mad? Like, there wasn't even stuff that I did. She was just mad. And I mean, it's easier. I think it's easier for me to get chewed out by a guy than to be chewed out by a woman. I think I take it more personal.
Wait a minute. So what you just said, that's the reason why people say a female can't be president, because they get too emotional, they get all pissed off, they'll want to, strike, invade Venezuela or Mexico.
For real,
they
strike
lose
boaters off the shores of Venezuela.
Yeah. So are you in fact saying, you had female bosses that couldn't control their emotions? So you think that would also carry over if we had a female president?
I don't think so. Only because a female boss deals with it directly. Like, I don't feel like I don't feel that if you're president, you need to be as in the mix as Trump wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he's
Preach.
like, I mean, if you want to talk about emotional and volatile, and he's all that, bro. He's a mess. But I don't think like I think that if we did have a female president, they're not going to be directly trying to they're going to I feel that they're going to go protocol and do what's the standard. So they're not, it doesn't matter if they're emotional or whatever, because they're not going to be directly involved like that. Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. I think maybe you saved yourself. I think, I don't know,
bro.
I can't really tell. But okay. Have you ever quit a job right in the middle of it, mid shift? Go ahead and answer. I'm gonna.
Oh, like half baked. F you, F you.
Fuck you.
You're cool.
F you. You're
Nah,
cool.
you know what? No, I never have. I've quit. 2-week notice. I didn't
Have
steal
you
anything
ever?
on the way out.
Have you ever quit? Like, okay, did it the right way, 2-week notice, all that, but you did it because you were just pissed, fed up. Like, F this place. I'm out. I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore.
No, well, you know what? Like I
Never
said,
happened.
no, because I've literally, I think realistically, I've only had like 4 jobs that I quit, and I quit because I was on to something else. When I left auto parts, it's because I thought they were gonna fire me. So I was kind of like, dude, I'm done. I don't want to get fired. I'm gonna quit.
Wait, why were they gonna fire you real quick? Even though
Because of the sales, bro. Remember I was telling you the sales. I could not get my sales up, no matter what I tried.
Hey, why didn't you call me up? I would have went in there and bought a couple air filters or something.
Bought
some windshield wipers for you.
You know what? It's because back then I didn't think about that. I probably could have hit some people up like, hey, buy this here, but then return it somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I mean the only times that I've quit was because I was going somewhere else, except for the auto parts, when I'm like, I just don't want to get fired, because I wanted to be able to put that on my resume, use it as a reference.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And then also I was trying to find work that was during the same hours. And this is before, like, obviously there was no Indeed back then. There was no
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had to go apply in person. You had to go look for
Yeah.
jobs in
Yeah.
person. Yeah. So
You had to like, I would look in the wanted in like the newspaper
the
at the
recycler,
back,
dog.
and it
The,
was
the
like, yeah, it
recycler,
was like caretaker. Like, what is
fluffer,
this? You
fluffer.
know? Yeah. Then there was also like the massage parlor ads. I'm like, oh shit, what is this? All right, I might have to go.
I'm
I
stressed. I
go
need to go.
check that out.
I need to go get my
Yeah.
back, my back, my back. I need to go get a tuggy.
All right. Have you ever fallen asleep on the job?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like
I'm not gonna say where,
you
but
went,
yes, I have.
damn. Oh, okay. Because I know. Okay, and I am guilty of it too. When I worked at Robinson's May, now Macy's, yeah, it's kind of scary. But if you go towards the back, they would have a bunch of old mattresses that never sell. They would just have them stacked up. So I guess that another old employee rearranged them so that it was like it made a little fortress, but you couldn't like if you just walked in, you looked like you couldn't see. It was like hidden. So you would go up to the top, and then you would just lay down, and you would fall asleep, and you were
Like,
completely hidden. And a
and then
couple
you
people
regroup.
did it. I'm not gonna lie, I did it too. Yeah.
For how long? How long do you think you slept?
Not that long because there was always this big old bell that would go off every time someone needed a like help with a like a customer take something in the car, and that was always going off. So I don't know, maybe like 20 or 30 minutes.
Hey, but
Plus, it felt weird. It felt weird.
why? Because you had to
You
take
know what I
your
mean?
pants.
Like, no, I do. When I sleep. I go buck, bro. Well, not buck, but I go like just boxers because or else I feel constricted. So you're right. I don't like to sleep in like my full,
That's why you
full
couldn't
on
knock out.
clothes.
But maybe that's
No,
good.
I just sleep in this hat, bro. That's it. You walk in, you see this and nothing else.
Wearing two things: a hat and a smile, huh?
Yeah. Hey, don't look down, or it'll be like Medusa, bro. You get frozen. You turn into salt.
Don't make one eye contact.
Yeah, don't make one come. All right. Worst shift: opening or closing? I guess it probably depends on the job, but
Opening.
maybe the movies. Opening suck.
Yeah, I think opening because see this is the thing with me when I worked at the movie theater I really liked closing, right?
Really?
Because then I could get out. I remember closing for door person and for the snack bar sucked because it was like 12:30. For the box office you were out like at 11.
As
Right?
soon as this, yeah.
So I mean, the last showing starts at like 10:30. You count your money and you're gone. The box office. I mean the door person. You had to like wait until take out all the trash, and you would help out the snack bar, and they have to clean. I think they had to wait like a certain amount after the last showing started, in case some people came out and they wanted popcorn. And then sometimes you'd get those a-holes that were like, "Oh, can you pop me a fresh bag?" I'm like, dude, seriously, like on the last showing, bro. Or can you put on a hot dog for me? Oh my god. Whatever.
I hate
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. So to me, I used to like closing because I used to like leaving late. Usually like the girls that I used to like hanging out with, they would usually always close. And sometimes they're like, "Oh, what are you gonna do right now? Oh, there's a party over here, bro. Let's roll." You know what I mean? And you're already out, so I
Yeah,
might as well just boom. Take
that's
a change of
true.
clothes.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
And
like I would say
opening
weekends
suck.
probably
Opening suck.
closing. Yeah,
Yeah.
weekend probably closing is popping, but you're right. The opening shift was like with the older people, and there was a couple like 30-year-olds working there, and you open with them. Yeah, you're right. Then like,
Yeah,
all of a
that's
sudden,
especially during the week. That was the worst.
oh yeah. So all right, I see it. I see that. Okay.
Hey, and then we
Did you ever
used
have
to,
it? Oh, go.
we used
Go
to
ahead, sorry.
have like special needs during the week. So
Oh,
they would have
shit.
like the job coach, and it was like a special needs child or whatever, or an adult. And then you have to go clean theaters with them because that's the slow time or whatever. So that's another thing I didn't really like. Because I was kind of
You
like
had to
fast.
clean with the special. You had to clean with the special needs.
Yeah,
kids?
they used to have I think like 2 or 3, and they used to get like 4 hours
Wait.
like a week.
Do they get paid or they
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
slave
No,
labor?
yeah. They got paid, and then they used to have a job coach. So the job coach walks around with them, kind of making sure that they're doing what they have to do. And then you go clean theaters. But I was always like fast because I'm like, it's slow time. It's
Yeah,
really easy to clean.
I ain't got time for
Yeah,
these fools.
but
Yeah,
yeah, but then I would like, cause I was young, bro. I was young and dumb and inconsiderate. Didn't really know a lot of stuff about sensitivity and stuff. I'm like, man, I don't like working with that food. He's slow. You know, I'm not proud
man.
of
Would
it,
you
but
call them? Say what you called them, probably.
nah, I wouldn't call him anything, fool. No, I was not, I was insensitive, but I wasn't a dick.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
oh,
I wouldn't,
look at the way you
I
said
would,
it too. Dick.
I wouldn't name call him. I wouldn't be like, hey, whatever, whatever. No,
Okay.
no,
So you wouldn't be like the president and call him a retard.
no. Oh no, dog, no.
Okay, good.
Nah,
Good,
that's one
good.
thing. That's one thing
I
I
was
will
trying
say.
to.
You're trying to bait me, fool. Come on.
I was trying to set you up.
I know you're a dick. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so last. These are supposed to be rapid fire, bro. Did you ever have a crush on a coworker, and what was his name? Yeah.
His name was Filthy P. I do a podcast with him. He likes to eat noodles and not make eye contact, but I'll change him.
I'll change him. Hey, no one. Many have tried, and no one has succeeded. No,
I will say
though,
this:
yeah, any crush on any coworkers?
when I was at the movie theater, yeah, there was a.
Had to have, right? At
You
the
know what?
theater,
It's crazy
yeah.
because when I was at the movie theater, I had a lot of what they call in Spanish they say pegue, which means like I had like a lot of I had a lot of riz was what the youngsters call it now, but I just didn't know it. Like I was oblivious to a lot of stuff, and I had a lot of, especially the ones that were there when I got hired,
Mm-hmm.
like because we would work together, we clean theaters 1-on-1 during the week, whatever, and they would
Yeah.
like now when I look back, I'm like, man, that girl was totally like flirting with me. But yeah, I mean, there was that. I think so. I think there was for sure at the movie theater, bro. Because
Do you,
I was in high school. I was young. I
do
didn't
you
think
ever
about like.
wish you could go? Do you ever wish you go back to that time, knowing
Well, yeah. Remember I told
more
you
confident?
17.
You know what I mean?
Remember I told you like when we first
Oh,
did our first episode, when you're like, what age would you go back to? I was like 17.
that's right.
What
That's right. That's right.
if I went to back then to what I know now about as far as life, I would have made
Yeah.
changes about especially my education. I would have for sure I wouldn't have dropped out. There's all kinds of different changes I would have made, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Of course, me. Same. You know me, bro. You know me. Always. Yeah. Just leave it at that, because Desiree's always
That
lurking.
doesn't- Yeah.
She's always lurking.
Hey, I'm
And that
gonna
wraps
get
it
you
up, brother.
some suspenders, dog.
Oh, what? Hey, I still have. I don't know if I have the suspenders. I think I just have the bow tie and my name tag. Hey, I'll rock
That's
that, bro. I'll rock
That's the
that bow
worst
tie.
Chippendale ever.
Yeah, I'll come over with exactly no shirt and just that bow tie.
Oh man.
Okay, and that wraps up our trip down memory lane through all the. I know, it's like this, huh?
On delay like a
Okay.
Japanese movie, dog.
Yeah, I apologize. Everybody. So that was our trip down memory lane through all the past jobs that built us, almost broke us, and taught us how to survive that grind. From bad bosses to crazy coworkers, every gig gave us a story, a little bit more wisdom, or a little bit more trauma. If you laughed, could relate, or remembered your own first job nightmares, make sure you like and subscribe. Come on, people. Help us out.
Hey, we're
Right?
trying to hit a buck. We're almost there.
Yeah, we're at like 97. I got to put out more shorts. I usually get a couple off that. Yeah, I think we're at 97 or 98. Hey, but anyways, yeah, we want to get to that 100. What was it they used to say when remember the stock market? We're to the moon. That's what we're trying to take it to the
To the moon.
to the moon and back. To the moon and
To
back.
the moon, Alice.
Do you have a little closing, Louis? I know you always have a little wisdom, little.
I don't know if
Couple
it's
lines.
wisdom, but I will say this: appreciate the jobs you had. Look back fondly, and hopefully you've you've made improvements to your life as far as those early jobs, because those early jobs are what got you where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, compare your first tax whatever form to now, bro. Hopefully it's a lot better.
Yeah, and that's how like life is. Everything should be
Yeah, man.
onward and
exactly
upward. And so all
baby
these jobs,
steps.
but they teach you. They baby steps, but they teach you. You gotta go. You can't just jump. You can't skip. You can't skip steps.
Hey, what's that saying?
So
What's that saying? When you love what you do, you don't have to work a day in your life.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
dog.
I don't love anything. I don't love any kind of work, so that's my problem. If sleeping was a job, yeah.
I'd
But
be a
no, or
billionaire.
watching TV. Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. Thank you for clocking in with us today. It's time to clock out. Shift's over, homie. So you don't have to go home, but you got to
Can't
get
stay
the
here.
heck out of here. You can't stay here because this is the gentleman's hour. So we'll see you next time. Thank you, Unc. Stop.